Hey, what's up, peeps? Play more this game. Yeah, let's go.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
It was day when we got here. What is this? Finch control.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Why did the music get all the way up? What?
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Get the bubbles.
What his world was like.
Ha! Trying to get this whale up
Reminded
here.
me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Alright, let's go back here. I did it.
Sure made him happy.
What is? What am I supposed to do? I got the whale. The whale's a trampoline.
I know how silly it sounds.
Oh.
But I worried about the baby being too happy.
We're supposed to get as high as we can.
Feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
No. No, my
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
my animal friends.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish you could have told us about the world he saw. Hey, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Okay, I'm going to the
Know
plug.
what happened wasn't your fault.
Am I that frog now?
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Jeez. Well then. That was dark.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met me, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
learned.
pronounce you husband and wife. Make us cry.
What now? Hey people, look at my kite. Oh.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
This is an interesting way
Wind
of
picked up,
this.
panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
The tent, not the house.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Okay.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Got hit in the face.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Okay then. Dawns, sweep, trash. Gus, mop, mow yard. Greg, be a baby. What now?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
It's just the
At the
climb she
time,
had to
it was
make
as
every
far away
day.
as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Fly to India. Is this how she got down? I think I missed something. I'm going to go back up. Did I miss anything? I did.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Hmm.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Scientific method. To teach and to learn. Dawn Finch. Okay. I think the baby in the middle, that's clearly photoshopped. I think. It just looks very photoshopped. Lewis rules. Can't even spell.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Jesus. We at the top? We are. That's all the way down. How do I get in? Ha. Anything here? Is that blood and yellow footsteps? Oh no, this guy was like I guess like a jar painter. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, so it's not blood.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Flipbookception.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Only 2 left. 3 left.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
This must take a long time to get up here. Jesus.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Alright. Let's find wherever we're going. Which is up here.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
So that's why there's so many cans at on the thing table. Down.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
I wonder what he spent his time doing.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can
Greater
understand your
Seattle
desire for an
Institute of
explanation.
Psychology.
As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
What?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Going up here then?
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, that's a cool puzzle.
He took it very seriously.
Somewhat. Puzzle.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Wait, are we playing Diablo now?
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
There's the puppers.
He told me he'd made a new friend.
Me and the puppers. Friends forever.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
It took
So he could do
him his
whatever he
song.
wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Well, he built the city.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
I'm working overtime, girl. Alright. This is very interesting.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Let's go this way.
handsome queen.
What is this?
The queen was on her own quest for
Let's go this way.
sinister serpents.
Whoa, look at that cardboard.
He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
I wanna hear. I
His
miss
chase
the
led
snow.
him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Hey, what's up?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Get this fish out of here. We are now playing Assassin's Creed.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Oh no. So this guy's lost all touch.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
You know what's up? You a Templar? We're now playing Outlast. I wonder whose locker this is. What is that? A Game Boy? Ooh, he's got a Chinese thing. Nice. Is Mom seriously
Began
around
to forget
this?
the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
We're going to assassinate. Is that? Huh. Let's go assassinate ourselves.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Sir. There are no fish. That glove was white. Now it's blue. Make up your mind, game.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Interesting. If I were a ward, I'm going into my head.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Sup? Sup? The Assassin Brotherhood. What are you doing? Emperor Palpatine.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Let's keep going. Is that a guillotine?
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Yeah, that's a guillotine.
There was only one thing left to do.
I'll see you later. Oh,
Then down on
yes.
his head.
I am not going to die at all. This is perfectly safe. Put the crown on, lady.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Did he stick his head in there? Why would he even stick his head there?
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Was he really cool because he gave you them some of that marijuana?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Did the voice actor silently laugh playing this? Wonderland. Is this supposed to be like a PlayStation / Nin SNES thing? Looks like a cross between them. It's originally how the PlayStation started. Just add-on to
On the way back from Lewis's
Nintendo.
funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
You got your own fridge? I would not want to leave if I lived here.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have come sooner.
The house is still out in the ocean.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
My room.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
I'm 11 at this point.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
What can she do when you
When my
left?
mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The family calls.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Going
There'd
up
been
to...
an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
I wonder why.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Let's go.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
I don't think it's really hard to.
I got turned around.
What? Back this way then.
I started seeing things.
It's a deer. It hopped something.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Bed.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a
Wheelchair.
lot of things came back to me.
Table.
Or maybe I
Something.
came back to them.
You brought the picket fence with you?
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. next morning, the van came to pick her up. She was already gone.
In what sense?
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
So are you like 13 now? Why are you wearing these gloves?
A few years went by.
This is interesting.
My mom didn't like to talk about it.
Talk about
But
what?
she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Probably the slowest way that any family member died.
And then I was alone.
To the last thing.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Is this person getting boring or something?
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
So did the Edith Finch die or something?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
1990, 2017. Back at this massive house. How did none of that collapse at all? Sonic 1 Ale. Gaming headset. Thanks, Johan. That's a trophy. It's the puppers. It's another puppers. And no more puppers. I'm gonna watch through all these credits. What is that mask? Right? Oh, okay. The peaches. Peaches. Play testers. That's a lot of names. Everyone, something pictures. Special things. The team. Worked on that game for 5 years. The end. Replay a story. A story. Oh. I said no. I did not click it. I had my hands off the controller. It did that by itself. Super low textures. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of this game. I don't know what to say.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Well, that is weird.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Had that always been there? I don't think that was there last time. Yeah. I'm in this.